What if the universe is not just atoms and forces, but fire, water, earth and air, living, breathing forces shaping reality and our very souls? In the ancient world, these weren't just poetic metaphors. They were real, the bones of the cosmos and the breath of gods. Today we plunge deep into the elements in esoteric theory, from Greek philosophy to medieval medicine to Paracelsus and his secretive world of spirits known as the elementals. The concept of four fundamental elements, fire, air, earth, and water, comes to us from the ancient Greek thinker Empedocles around the 5th century BCE. He believed everything was made from these basic substances. Plato expanded the idea. Aristotle gave it structure. And for nearly 2,000 years, this elemental model dominated Western thought, from science to medicine, magic to mysticism. The elements were more than matter. They were states of being, each one representing a cosmic principle. Fire, energy and transformation. Air, breath and spirit. Earth, stability and mortality. Water, mystery, emotion, and the feminine. Modern occultists went further, linking the elements to forms of energy, gas for air, electricity for fire, solid for earth, and liquid for water. In medicine, the elements became the humours, fluids in the body tied to personality and health. Hippocrates, and later Galen, taught that human beings are composed of yellow bile, fire, choleric, passionate, irritable, blood, air, sanguine, optimistic, energetic, black bile, earth, melancholic, thoughtful, depressive, phlegm, water, phlegmatic, calm, indifferent. Too much of one humor could bring illness. Balance was health. Imbalance meant disorder, physically and spiritually. This was inner alchemy, the body as a miniature universe governed by elemental law. The symbolic weight of the elements shaped everything from poetry to alchemy. They weren't static concepts. They breathed, moved, desired. Fire is love, desire, purification, divine wrath. Air is freedom, intellect, the voice of the soul. Earth is death and wealth, the womb and the tomb. Water is origin, unconscious mystery, femininity, and the abyss. The French philosopher Gaston Bachelard described them through emotion. Earthly joy is riches and impediment. Aquatic joy is softness and repose. Fiery pleasure is desire. Airy delight is liberty. But there's more. Because behind these forces live beings. His name alone sounds like an incantation. Aureolus Theophrastus Bombast von Hohenheim, but history remembers him as Paracelsus. A radical physician, mystic, and wanderer of the 16th century, Paracelsus challenged the medical orthodoxy of his day and mingled hard science with alchemy, mythology, and deep metaphysical speculation. He believed that man was made of three substances: the divine or spiritual, the astral or soulful, and the terrestrial, the physical. But while humanity lives in all three realms, there are other beings who inhabit just one. These are the elementals. Paracelsus claimed to have encountered them, not ghosts, not angels, but flesh and blood creatures tied to fire, air, water, or earth. They resembled humans in some ways. They spoke, they loved, they had culture, but they lacked one thing: a soul. And for Paracelsus, this wasn't just folklore. It was cosmology. It was a reflection of divine order. Among all elementals, none captured the imagination more than the Undine, spirit of water, embodiment of mystery, woman of the abyss. Undines could take human shape. They lived in crystal palaces beneath rivers and lakes, ruled by customs and laws as ancient as the tides. Paracelsus believed that an Undine could marry a human man. In doing so, she would gain a soul, a spark of immortality. And their children? Fully human, thanks to the man's spiritual seed. But this mystical union came with warnings. If the man betrayed the Undine, especially near water, she would vanish, and he would likely die. If he remarried, forgetting his elemental bride, the consequences could be fatal. Paracelsus even claimed these weren't allegories. They were real. He documented cases. He believed them. And this strange theology gave rise to art and legend. The German writer Friedrich de la Motte Fouquet wrote Undine, a romantic and tragic tale of a water spirit who becomes human, only to be undone by love. It's not just a fairy tale, it's a metaphor for the soul's journey. As Paracelsus wrote, "As an Undine without her union with man dies like an animal, so man is like an animal if he severs his union with God." A haunting mirror. A divine equation. Even today, occultists speak of the four elements, not just as symbols, but as tools of invocation. Through ritual and intense imagination, practitioners have tried to conjure artificial elementals, twisted psychic entities shaped by thought and will. They are not visible to ordinary sight. But some say they are real enough to harm, real enough to follow, real enough to wake. Whether metaphor or mystery, the elements remain the skeleton of esoteric theory. They are the map, the mirror, and, perhaps, the gateway. So next time you light a candle, feel the breeze, touch the earth, or watch the water ripple. Ask yourself, is this just nature? Or something, watching back? If this video sparked your curiosity, give it a like, subscribe to This Is It. And drop a comment below. Do you believe in the elementals? Until next time, keep your mind open and your senses sharp.